some guests got stuck on Soarin for a period of time.
30 minutes.
And then apparently one of the guests got sick
How do you get sick
and
on Soarin?
threw up. I don't know.
No.
Yeah, and again, disclaimer, these are I was about to say comic book. Comment section Chronicles. So we don't know if it's actually, I didn't look to see if it was legit. I just thought it was funny. That they were
Did you watch the TikTok video on it?
I did.
Okay.
First of all,
think.
let's have this conversation.
Lock in.
If you're gonna throw up on Soarin, go forward. 'Cause then it's just
Yeah,
gonna
not
go out
down?
down. Go forward. Don't go like this. Because then it's just gonna drip on all the people. Second off, who
Well,
throws
that's
up
what I
on
imagine.
Soarin?
Yeah, it's not
It-
even the video is not going or anything.
It has to
sitting
be.
there.
Yeah, it has to be. Maybe it was like a Josh situation where he had food poisoning from eating at Hollywood and Vine and was stuck on a ride, and then they couldn't help it and so they throw up.
Yeah. That's gotta be it.
Comments it says go forward.
Yeah. I want. Oh. But
Oh,
don't
yeah, I
worry,
see the
they
video
got
now.
2 free lightning lanes, and they rode Guardians twice.
I would take that. What is up, and welcome back to Going Beyond the Castle. I'm super excited. It's been a long 4 weeks. I was talking to Lori today. I understand why people say don't take breaks in podcasts. It has been a blessing to take the past 4 weeks off at this point. But I am super excited to be back as we enter what I'm going to call season 2 of Going Beyond the Castle, because we are back bigger, better than ever, and we have a surprise for everyone, which I think we'll get into here quickly into the episode, but I'll save that for then. So yes, welcome back to Going Beyond the Castle. We are back after a short break and super excited to dive into it. We have a lot of great episodes planned for the month of June. We're already looking at the month of July, so we're ready to go. So for this episode, we figured it would probably just be best to cover some things that happened while we were gone, because of course, right after we took our break, Disney was like, let's announce Halloween, which was horrible timing.
Yeah.
But a lot of stuff did get dropped while we were on our hiatus, so we will dive into that. And I don't know, I'm going to turn it over to Lori, and I hope Lori's ready.
I am ready.
Excellent.
I am ready. Yeah. So I guess it was. I don't know. I always lose the concept of time. So, I guess a couple of months ago, Fred and I were chatting, and because we both do have full-time jobs, we're both travel agents, and we have the podcast, and so I was like, maybe we should have someone join us on the podcast, and we just kind of tossed the idea around a little bit, and then one day in one of the Disney groups I'm in, I saw a post by Ashley and was like, hey, is anybody out there looking for a co-host? And so I took a screenshot and sent it to Fred. And so we invited her to come on. Gosh, I don't even remember what we talked about when we had you on. Oh, it was
Animal
Animal
Kingdom.
Kingdom.
It was
Yes,
Animal
how could I
Kingdom.
forget? My favorite. And it was just kind of like a tester, like, hey, let's see how Ashley fits in with Fred and I, and go from there. And so we took a little bit of time after, but excited to announce that Ashley is officially joining us as a
Let's
co-host
go.
on Going Beyond the Castle. So I'm super excited to have her with us. Was very impressed, especially because when we talked about the Animal Kingdom sections and she wanted to do like the history, and I was like, okay, you got it. So anyway, so we just, welcome Ashley to the show. And why don't you just a little brief, because I don't even know if we talked about it much. Just a little bit about your background, like what got you started with Disney, and, what makes you love it and love podcasting.
Yeah, absolutely. For starters, I was nervous about gelling with you guys, and then I realized Fred and I both love Stitch. So
Yeah, I'm the outcast
there's
now,
that.
so
We are always twinsing on the Stitch front. Hi, thank you guys. I appreciate all of your kind words, and yeah, I loved my little on-screen interview that I got to have talking about Animal Kingdom with you guys. It was super fun. My cat's here. But now I'm here, and my parents actually, in 5th grade, my parents were just like, let's just move. I live in Indiana, so my parents were like, let's just move to Disney. And I was like, okay. And so my mom worked at Animal Kingdom. My dad worked at Magic Kingdom.
So jealous.
Yeah, so that's just what kickstarted my real love for Disney. And I tried to hide it for a while because I was getting bullied about it, but now here I am.
And we're thankful that you didn't avoid it.
Yeah.
Right.
So I just jumped in with both feet. I go a lot now. I probably go 1 to 2 times a year with my wife and kids. I have 2 boys. They're 6 and 7. We love Star Wars. We love anything and everything Disney. We're always watching YouTube videos, stuff like that. Always planning our next trip. We're planning on going in September right now. And yeah, I am really excited to be here. Thank you guys.
Sweet. Fun stuff.
Yeah.
My dream is to work at Animal Kingdom one day.
She worked.
Probably won't come true.
It
but
will. It's gonna happen for you.
You
We're
gotta
gotta
speak it
manifest
into
it.
existence.
Speak it into existence.
Yeah.
Yes, I need it to happen. I'm
But
like,
what do you want
I'll
to
even
do
just-
though?
I'll even
I'll
just
pick up trash for
Like,
all I care.
yeah, I love Animal Kingdom so much that I can be. The only thing is though, I don't know that I will love it in the summer.
Yeah, I
Like
don't care.
working there.
I'll look like a
Oh.
lobster for all I care. I will be there loving every minute of it.
I will say the one thing I
Yes.
remember is they wear some interesting costumes.
I do.
Yeah.
And they're thick. So like my mom was always complaining that she was hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
imagine like
Florida heat, yes, and then like the thick
Wait.
those
costuming
thick,
that
like
they wear.
polyester, like
Yeah.
yeah.
What we did, which this will also be a story for next week when Jamel's on the podcast. But I tried to warn him how much hotter Animal Kingdom is than every other park. And
Yeah.
he didn't believe me. And afterwards he was like, oh my God. I was like, it is way hotter at Animal Kingdom than any other park.
Yeah.
It's unmatched. I feel
It
like
is.
I have to like wear sandals at Animal Kingdom just because it's so hot.
It is hot.
It's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
well, that's a whole thing. See, here we go. We did tell you last time we go down rabbit holes a lot. But I used to be a flip flop girl, like every single
Yeah.
trip. And then I guess it was October when Josh and I got huge blisters. And now I'm like, I cannot. I have to wear tennis shoes. And I hate it though, because when it's hot out, like I don't like wearing tennis shoes when I'm hot because it makes me hotter. But I will say those mini Brooks are probably the most comfortable shoes that I've
That's
ever
because
worn.
they were made by Disney.
Yeah. They
Yeah.
were like super comfortable.
At first I thought you meant
So-
like mini Brooks. And then I was like,
No,
oh,
yeah.
The mini
The-
Brooks.
Little baby.
yeah, little baby Brooks.
Baby
Yeah.
Brooks.
The mini Brooks. Anyway, so yeah. So good. Well, welcome. And we're excited to have you with us. And I know this episode's going to kind of be all over the place, but we'll get better
And we
with
won't.
organizing.
We
yeah.
won't.
Maybe we'll be better by
won't.
season 3.
Probably not.
There you go. Yep. So one of the
Speaking-
things that I thought would be funny or fun, I guess, just depending on the topic, comment section chronicles. Because sometimes when, a lot of people, which we've said before, please do not read everything that you see in the Facebook groups or things like that. Because a lot of times the stuff is not true. Sometimes you'll see things that might, may come true, especially if things get leaked or whatever, but just some of the funny stuff. So we're going to start doing, I don't know if we'll do it every episode, but we're going to do tonight a little, we just have a few of them of comment section chronicles. One I thought that was interesting though. I'll do this one first and then I'll do the nasty one and then Ashley can go. Is I saw it shared there. Someone did a TikTok on why the 2 other Bippity Boppity boutiques haven't opened. And I thought it was very interesting because, I'm always like, why have they not opened it? Like, it's so hard to get those reservations. And they have opportunities to have other locations. So like, why have they not opened it back up? To make our lives easier, especially when you're making dining reservations and those appointments. And it was very interesting. The girl said that she used to work there. She actually opened up one of them. She said that after COVID, they changed the rules where they have to have a license. So like when you go into Magic Kingdom, it's different because it's a ticketed event that they're going into. So those rules are a little bit different. If they open them outside, like at Disney Springs or at Grand Floridian, then it's not a ticketed place where the folks go in. So the fairy godmothers would all have to be licensed. And
Makes
so
sense.
I'm assuming that they don't want to, have all those people have to get licensed. So I thought that was interesting.
I mean, you'd think that they like want to do that because it'd be more income. like, yeah, they're gonna have to bite the bullet on the licenses at the beginning, but like, drawing more
Right.
money.
Yeah. I don't know. It is odd to me
Yeah.
that they haven't found a way to open that back up. Or you're right. Like, I don't know how much a cosmetologist license costs, but I
Yeah.
imagine they're going to,
$50.
more than 50.
I don't know. I just made that up.
That was a great guess. Thank you.
Yeah. Would imagine that they would definitely make up for it.
Yeah.
Right.
So
The
I don't know.
question is
Disney-
retention.
yeah,
How
that's true.
if
True.
either A, you say, hey, you have to have a cosmetology license to come work at Bippity Boppity Boutique, or you pay for it, but then it's like, how long does that person have to stay on? Because,
Yeah.
and also, how much are you actually going to make working as a fairy godmother at Bippity Boppity Boutique? Because chances are you could
Yes,
always have somebody come in, get Disney to cover it, and then they're like, all right, bye. It's Orlando. Like, I could go work anywhere now that I have a cosmetology license.
Is it like,
Yeah.
do you tip them? I've never like
I have
done Baby
my
Bobby
kids
Boutique.
are
Like, is that a
not old enough.
yeah? I don't know
They
if
are
that's a
now.
situation where like you can tip,
I'm going to look it up. I feel like,
because I feel like
because I'm
that's
trying to remember, because Olivia went, of course, now she's 17, so she went 10 years ago. And I can't remember if we tipped or not. I'm going to look it up, see if you can tip.
I would assume you could. Like, I don't see why you wouldn't be able to provide some form of a tip for that type of service. I mean, it already is that
Right.
that expensive of a service, but
Right.
like, I mean, you can
Yeah.
tip anybody else that
yeah.
who performs a service for you.
I think that also like incentivizes it to like either A, have your license and work there, or B, get on, then get your cosmetology license, because I would imagine the tips are better at Disney.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. And it says it is customary that you tip at the Pirates
Yeah.
League and the Bippity Boppity Boutique.
Makes
So,
sense. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Sweet.
So there's the Disney Springs location that's still closed, and what's the other one?
Grand Floridian.
Grand Floridian.
Grand Floridian. That's right.
I know. I couldn't say.
Grand Floridian.
Sometimes we
There you
flirt
go.
with the idea of letting the boys get dressed up like little princes,
Oh,
but then we're
They
just
do
like, you're
have
gonna get
it.
hot, and
Yeah.
no, gonna get
I've had a
hot.
couple clients do it like first thing in the morning, and I'm like,
Yeah.
well, why?
Yeah, I mean, kudos to them. If your kid can do it and you can power through it with them, great. But I don't want to fight my boys.
It's about the experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
wish I
Oh,
would
yeah.
have. I wish I would have shared, like, pulled up a picture. I could have shared it with Olivia. It was the
Been
cutest
more
thing.
prepared.
Should have been. I did put links for other stuff, but not that. Well, I didn't plan to go into too much. But yeah, that was it, because we did that. Well, we actually, and we bought our own dress. Like, we went there with the Sophia the First dress, so I didn't have to buy a dress. But she got her hair done, and then of course we went meet the princesses after. So it was
Nice.
fun. She liked it. Okay, so the other one I found was, and I'm gonna click on the link. So it was, I guess, apparently some guests got. Why can't I open a link? Open. All right, let me go over here. I'm working on two computers. Some guests got stuck on Soarin for a period of time,
30 minutes.
and then apparently one of the guests got sick
How do you get sick
and
on Soarin?
threw up. I don't know.
No.
Yeah, and again, disclaimer: these are I was about to say comic book. Comment section Chronicles. So we don't know if it's actually. I didn't look to see if it was legit. I just thought it was funny that they were
Did
like.
you watch the TikTok video on it?
I did.
Okay.
First of
I
all, like,
think.
let's have this conversation. Like,
Lock in.
if you're gonna throw up on Soarin, go forward. Like, 'cause then it's just
Yeah,
gonna
not
go out
down?
down. Like, go forward. Don't go like this. Like, because then it's just gonna drip on all the people. Second off, who
Well,
throws
that's
up
what I
on
imagine.
Soarin?
Yeah, like it's not
It-
even like the video's not going or anything.
It
Just
has to
sitting
be.
there.
Yeah, it has to be. Maybe it was like a Josh situation where he had food poisoning from eating at Hollywood and Vine and was stuck on a ride, and then they couldn't help it, and so they throw up.
Yeah, that's gotta be it.
Comments it says go forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want. But
Oh,
don't
yeah, I
worry,
see the
they
video
got
now.
2 free lightning lanes, and they rode Guardians twice in a row.
I would take that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'd be like, okay, I'll take a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. I just thought that was wild. Like,
Yeah, that is crazy.
I have one of my travel agent friends, which is why, okay, I know y'all are going to correct me because I never remember because I didn't write either one. Forbidden Journey is the one that could make people sick, right? Not
Yes.
Green Gods. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
One of our
potentially both,
agency,
but more likely Forbidden Journey.
Yeah.
one of our agency trips, one of our friends, somebody threw up on her on that ride. So I was like, I will not ride it because I might be the one to throw up.
I rode it when I was younger, and I was fine.
Very similar to Soarin, but like just a different, like it's a little bit more intense.
It's Soarin on
Yeah.
crack.
It is.
Yeah. I rode it when I was younger, and
Yeah.
I was fine. But now I feel like if I rode it, I would 100% vomit.
Yeah, I'm
Lovely
afraid.
motion sickness.
All right, so that was mine. I know Ashley, you have one.
Yeah, I had one. Well, I found 2 posts on Reddit the last probably 3 days. And it's just people talking about how, like, they can't enjoy anything anymore without having to look, like, through a phone. Either they're looking through a phone or, like, you're on Pirates and someone 2 rows ahead of you has their phone brightness all the way up. They're recording the whole ride and their flash is on. Like, so I think this is just my PSA to put your phone down for a minute and just, like, enjoy.
Well, and I will say too, having gone to Disneyland, Disney World last month, they're both very fresh. The amount of people who record video with their flash on,
Yeah.
like, learn how to use your devices before. It's like you don't need your flash on
Yeah.
for happily ever after. Like
You are
the whole
ruining the
time I was
experience.
watching happily ever after, there was a dude in front of me, and if you want to record it, that's cool. But he had his flash on, and like just come on, like
Yeah, and
also just
that
get you a pair
happened.
of Ray-Ban Metas. They're fabulous.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, Olivia's watching, so I don't know if she remembers. She can type in and tell us. When we were just there, and I, for the life of me, cannot remember what ride we were on, and it got dark, and they had to fuss. You know, one of the cast members had to fuss at somebody to turn their light off, but I cannot remember what it was.
Yeah,
to
like
save
I
my
get
soul.
like taking a little video here and there, or taking a video of a whole ride, but like turn your flash off, turn your brightness
Yeah.
down, be respectful of
Right.
everyone around
Yeah,
you.
absolutely, fully agree.
Yep.
Yeah, so that was my little PSA of the 2 posts I saw. They were super in depth, just like dogging on everybody doing it, but yeah.
Yeah. Fun stuff. People get very passionate.
Yeah.
There's
And
one
I
lost
will
my
with them
house.
if I have to.
Flip a table.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
Should we roll into some
so-
news?
News and updates.
Yeah. Yeah, and shocker that this is going to be more Disney heavy. But I kind of went back and forth too. I also feel like since we're going to do a Disney report too, but with my trip report with Epic Universe, I think that's really what the big things are right now going on with Universal. So we'll have some stuff. But it's going to be heavy on the Disney side, of course.
Yep.
So I'll hit a few, and then Ashley, you can pick which ones you want to go for. We'll let Fred chime in when he feels like it.
Tell you when you can speak.
Yeah. Usually it's funny because usually on the outline, I didn't do it on this one, so we'll talk about it next time. I usually put like who's going to lead what section, and I didn't on these. But one good thing for Disney fans is that if you have a trip this year, you can take advantage of the bounce back offer for 2026, and that just recently opened because up until last week, you could only book through the end of 2025. And so I know, not everybody wants to go, which I don't know who wouldn't, but not everybody wants to go in the same year. You want to kind of spread the love and have a trip for next year. So
Users don't want to go.
yeah,
People not listening to this podcast don't want to go.
Exactly. Yeah. So you can book your bounce back offer. It's still only open through October of next year. They haven't released November or December dates yet. But good news is if you have a trip, make sure you do that within 7 days.
What you tell me? Bounce back offer. I don't think they've extended it yet. Have they extended the water park on your resort day check yet?
Yep.
No.
I think they
they only did it for the summer.
Yeah, it only says summer
Really?
for 2026, but it doesn't specify what dates
Yeah.
yet.
And you got free dining for kids. Like 2026 is the year to go to Disney. Like right now, like it's looking like to be a solid year to
Yeah.
go and get a ton of discounts.
I'm a huge proponent for the bounce back. Even if you don't,
Yeah.
even if you're not all the way sold on it.
Just keep moving that bad
Right.
boy.
Exactly.
Yes.
Or, I mean, cancel it, get your money back, but at least you know you're going to save some money at that
No,
time.
because then I won't have a trip booked.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah, it's
we've moved ours a couple
$200.
times. Yeah.
Yeah, $200 deposit to get it booked. And then you're right. If you don't know the dates, well, at least now it's better because you know you could pick a 2026 date
Yeah.
somewhere.
Yeah.
But
Before
yeah, you can
October.
always move it if you're not within that penalty window, which I won't go there with the penalties. But
That's for another podcast.
well,
Don't talk about penalties.
I haven't had a client get a penalty yet. But
Really?
yeah, it just depends on the timing and how you do it. So another thing, which we just talked about, I think was it our last episode when we talked about Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, when we were hoping they would have announced the stuff for that podcast, but they didn't. But now Halloween night is already sold out. So
2 weeks.
Yeah.
Sell out.
So,
I mean, I'm not surprised. It's always the first one to sell out. Next one to sell out should be the opening night. And then they'll start trickling down after that.
yes. So
We'll be there
don't
for the
wait.
opening night.
Oh,
Sweet. Are you
I
going
don't
to
know
the
if we're
party?
going. I don't know yet, but we will be like at Disney for the opening night one, I believe.
Gotcha. It's fun. I went the last 3 years. Also, when I go though, it's just me because I've gone. Nobody in my family has gone. I went with my agency the last 3 years. So it's fun. Yeah. Fred knows all about going on trips, but I'm his family.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll be nice. You were getting all the kudos at the meeting tonight, so I need to roast you a little bit.
That's fine.
Yeah. Anyway, it's sold out, but if you want to go, reach out to info@goingbeyondthecastle and we can help you get that booked. And then something interesting that they recently, and I don't know that they've done this in the past. I guess maybe they have, I don't know, but they know. Okay. They now have same day dining help, which I'm not really sure how I feel about it. Cause one, it's the same day. So basically you could go up.
Let's
Yeah, you
stop
can-
making it sound fancy. You were
It's
too
called a
lazy.
Landry's card.
You failed to prepare, and so now you're getting added to the walk-up list.
Right.
Yep.
And then it's at Disney Springs. So you have to make a trip to Disney Springs. I think the good thing is for people who aren't tech savvy, but I feel like you're still at a disadvantage unless this means they're going to like hold some spots for walk up people. I don't know
Doubt it.
how it's going to
I
work.
mean, if the restaurant's
honestly.
going to sell out now, I think they're just going to be able to see, that last minute dining. They're going to be able to see the same thing that we see. They're
Same
just going to
thing
make
that you could
people
see in the app.
feel
Yeah.
special by saying, we're here to help you.
Right.
And it's all the way like
Yeah.
outside of the Orange Garage. So like you got to go all the way to that's the West End.
Yeah.
So it'll probably
Is that
be
over
geared
by where the
toward
movie theater is?
yeah.
Yeah.
So I bet they'll be pitching a lot of like CityWorks, House of Blues.
Yeah. All that stuff nobody ever
Hello.
goes to, but you're going to feel super special because you got a same day spot.
Because you use the same day kiosk.
Yeah. So anyway, feel free to jump in when you want, or you want me to keep
I
going?
am.
I gotcha.
No, I meant Ashley, not you.
Yeah, you too.
I got you.
I'm here.
I gotcha. Food and wine dates are August 28th through November 22nd. We literally arrive the 31st. So we are pumped that we are just barely getting in the window.
Yeah.
I'm going to sidetrack for a second. Originally, we're going to go for, I think we were going to go for 5 days, 2 park days with a hopper and just knock all 4 parks out. Then I saw that Food and Wine, we know we were going to make it for Food and Wine. I was like, let's do 3 days and let's get rid of a park. So we are going to enjoy all of Food and Wine now. They have not announced the booths yet. I've been keeping a close eye on what's going to happen there. But that is super exciting. What booths do we like? What's our vibe?
All of them.
Well, yeah. I liked
I will
the...
tell you. Go ahead. No, you go.
I was going to say I liked I think it was the Brazil booth last year. It was really good. Or 2 years ago.
Yeah, and it's been a couple of years since we went in October, and it was during, I don't know what year it was. It was 1 year we took my in-laws. That trip was the beautiful weather. It was like the best weather trip we ever took. And they had in the American pavilion, they had a lobster roll.
Yeah.
But the lobster roll was like literally like 4 inches, maybe, like the bread. But it was so good. Like that's where we kind of started our interest in lobster rolls at Disney because we got it there. But the lobster it was warm. It wasn't like the cold lobster that you get over in Columbia Harbor House.
Mhm.
It was the best. Like that is my favorite snack or meal that we got from Food and Wine. I mean, it's pretty pricey. I think it was probably like $8 or $10 for, like a little bitty lobster roll. And so you probably need like 2 or 3 to make it like a
A meal.
good sandwich, unless you're going to snack around. But yeah, those were super good.
I think the France line is always super long. I've never made it to the France booth because I never have the patience to wait in the line.
Yeah, that's how we are. We just kind of, if we don't have a reservation in Epcot, it's always miserable because we just kind of walk like, and I did the one thing I said on one of the podcasts that we had episode, and I was like, don't go eat at the Regal, whatever it's called. Is it the Regal Eagle?
Mm-hmm, Regal Eagle.
And that's where me, Josh, and Olivia and Braden ate when we went this last time. However, it was good though. I actually got the ribs and it was decent. It wasn't horrible barbecue. So it was pretty good. But I just feel like you can get that anywhere. But anyway, yeah. But we don't like to stand in a line at the booths, or there's just so many that it's hard to, you don't know when to stop because you're like, oh, well, they might have something good at the next one. And you just keep walking and you end up not eating.
Or you stop to look and then the crowd just kind of like pushes you and you're like, well, I don't really want to do this anymore. So you keep going.
Yeah, one thing I did do, and I think we might have talked about it on one of the episodes too, is they do have an app. It's like the Food and Wine app.
Yeah.
And so I ended up pulling that up. So, I mean, you can look on there and kind of get an idea ahead of time too. But I definitely recommend, walking around. The Food and Wine, I think, is probably the one that has the best food booths. Yeah. I mean, like they all.
Food.
I know. I figured.
And I do think it's Emily's Fromage Montage will be back again, is what I was reading on one of the blogs a couple weeks ago. So that'll be good too, all the cheese lovers.
Sweet.
Cheers.
I got one year when Josh and I went. I don't think it was, I know it had to be because I don't know. I don't know if it was just he and I, but I got a limoncello margarita at one of the Italian booths, and it wasn't very strong. It was just very refreshing. It's good.
I think they're just called Italian margaritas, aren't they? There's a limoncello. Because I think, Gabby gets them too all the time and she loves them. Yeah. She'll I think get one and pour it in her cup and then she'll go and get another one. The biggest announcement, Disney's Starlight Parade is debuting on July 20th. So just a little over a month away at this point. They released the track for the music. The music is great. Fred, have you listened to it yet?
No, not yet.
You should. It's pretty great.
Yes, I even shared I think I shared the link that you can go back and listen to it that Ashley shared with us. Yeah. Not saying that you need to play it now, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Right now.
If you want to go.
What you're doing.
I have been corrected. It is Emile's Fromage Montage, not Emily's. I sound like a southerner at that point.
Uncultured.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. Some of the parade floats. The finale float is the train playing a special tribute to the Main Street Electrical Parade with Goofy Pluto, Donald, Daisy, Snow White, Dopey, Aladdin, Jasmine, and then Mickey and Minnie.
Did you just do that off the top of your head?
Yeah. I wrote it down here, but I did do it off the top of my head. I'm pretty proud of that.
See, this is why we have you with us now.
I saw, I think it was a tweet the other day, and somebody was like, why are we letting Goofy drive trains again? Which was pretty funny.
That's funny.
Other floats, so that was the finale float that I just mentioned. Other floats are Peter Pan, Wish, Encanto, Frozen, the princesses, of course, Coco, and Moana. One thing to note for July 20th is starting then, annual pass holders need a reservation for the parks because they are going to get a little busy starting in the evening.
Yeah, I saw that. That's why, sidebar. That's why I struggle with, because there are times that I'm like, oh, I want an annual, just because I want it. Not because I need to have an annual pass, but I'm like, I think it would be cool to say, I'm a Disney annual pass holder.
And get the discount every time you go.
Yeah.
Right, and get the discount, but I don't want to have to make park reservations. I want to be able to go when I want. And so that's why I don't want to do it.
You really can, but when they start a brand new nighttime parade for the first time in God knows how many years, they're going to require reservations.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't want to have to say which park I'm going to. I want to just be able to show up, even though we say that and we have dining reservations and we have plans, so you kind of know where you're going. But I don't know. It's just, and then they do have blockout dates too. So some days they have blocked out. So, and I don't even know how much it is because I didn't look at it.
Only one way to find out, and that's when you swipe the credit card.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
No, I was very close when they first started selling them, but I couldn't justify it. So
Um,
one day.
truly. I just watched.
Yeah, I saw it.
Go ahead.
Oh, it's okay. I was just gonna say I saw a TikTok, or I don't know, it was a meme today, and it was a guy standing outside of oh, never mind. It's the next two. Go ahead.
I was gonna talk about him, so please.
Oh, okay. It was a guy standing, and he was like, like being pulled by a mermaid and then by a villain. Like, which way do I go first with the two new shows?
Yeah, I actually
Like,
just
go
watched
see 'em
them.
both.
Yeah, before we jumped on. Disney Villains, Unfairly Ever After, and The New Little Mermaid, A Musical Adventure at Hollywood Studios. Which one do you guys want to talk
Have
about first?
started.
Yeah, let's go.
Little Mermaid.
Little Mermaid. So I watched the old one first, and then to compare it to the new one, so that way I gave it all fresh eyes. I don't know how to feel about the new one. It's very like video heavy.
Yeah, I noticed that.
There were times when I couldn't figure out if Sebastian was actually a puppet or if he was on the video screen. So that's probably a good thing. But other than that, I mean, obviously it looks great now that the videos have been upgraded, but like it's still like
Heard great things about it.
yeah.
I haven't watched the old one.
You aren't missing much.
So maybe I have to go watch it. Maybe I'll go watch a video, like you said. I don't usually look at stuff ahead of time, but I'm probably not going to go see those. So it doesn't make a difference if I see it. So I have to go check it out.
Yeah.
Compare them.
I don't know. I think if I had to pick one, I'd pick the Little Mermaid one. The Disney Villains Unfairly Ever After, it felt all over the place to me. I don't know if you guys have watched any of the footage from it yet. But
I've seen bits and pieces.
Yeah, and I don't want to like
nothing like put together.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil too much of it, but it's basically Cruella, Captain Hook, and Maleficent doing their songs in like a rock style. I don't even know. It was something. So probably see them just to give it a second chance.
Yeah, I'm super salty. They opened like a couple days after we were there.
Yeah, they did.
They did. I think we left on Friday and they started on Monday.
Should have cashed in with the
Guess you
flu.
gotta go back.
Never leave Orlando the next time I go.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Then I can't miss anything.
There you go.
Got a point.
I know. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll go watch them. Just like I said, because it's not something that I'm gonna go and do. I don't think. I don't know. I told you my family's not real
Show heavy.
show heavy. Yeah, although when I go in December, I don't know what the plans are with the agency, but we'll have some park days. So, and we all like to try to do stuff that we haven't done before. So we'll see. But I doubt it if that will be included. I do want to go watch the nighttime parade though.
Yes.
Yeah. We gave up Magic Kingdom. That was our sacrificial lamb for our trip in September. And I regret it every day. But I'd still rather do 3 full park days than cram 4 parks into 2 days.
Yeah, it is a lot. Every time we say we're not going to do that and we do it, and then I'm like, we're just exhausted.
Yeah, yeah. Especially with they'll be 7 and 8. So I don't want to push them any more than I want to push myself. So
Yeah.
Tired. Too bad.
yeah. Get in the stroller and let's go.
Keep going.
We got one stroller and
Look.
we have 2 boys. I was like, what are we gonna do at rope drop? I think I'm just gonna throw one of them on my shoulders.
I was gonna say I'd probably have 2
You may
strollers.
die.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be fun. Exactly. Do you want to take over Geo?
Sure. So are you a lounge person? I know y'all were talking before we started about the
Oh yeah.
things. That's another
The Epcot's newest adult-only lounge.
Yeah, I guess the experience might be a little different since it
It
I mean,
looks
that's good.
cool.
That's gonna make it sound like I don't like hanging out with kids. Not that I'm not kids, but
No, I think it's valid.
but like, if you're gonna go hang out in a lounge, then you might want it to be adult only.
It looks really cool. It has a really great vibe to it. The drink menu looks really good.
The views are
The
really good.
views, assuming that you can get one of the good seats,
Yeah.
look really good. I'm intrigued to see how it is once they do the fireworks package.
Yeah, I thought that was
Which-
a neat concept too.
I really appreciate Disney's verbiage of fireworks not guaranteed for the fireworks package.
Yep, yep.
Gosh, I missed that.
Like, that's awesome.
I mean, I guess you never know. I mean,
You still paid for it. I
With
mean,
the-
it's like the
you still pay
Fantasmic
for it.
dining package. I paid for it. Get to see Fantasmic.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
No, but
I
it does
never
look really cool. I mean, I'm intrigued to see the reviews of how the fireworks package is. I don't think it's something I would ever do, just because I really like being in World Showcase during the nighttime show. But hey, for those people that are all about it, go for it.
Yeah.
It's like
Looks like
open,
it's
open.
$179 plus tax
Yeah.
per person. So
I mean, look at how much the fireworks, the dessert packages are over at Magic Kingdom. They're
Yeah.
pretty close to the same price.
yeah, zero proof cocktails. So
Yeah,
I'm
they
thinking
opened
100
up.
proof.
They opened it up for creator/media.
Yeah, that's what I was just looking
Okay.
into. Is it open or is it just open
No,
for
it's just previews
media?
right now.
Okay.
It's let's see. It says it's opening. I had the date, June 4th. Yeah,
Thank you for
I'm
being
looking
prepared,
over the menu
guys.
It
now. At the
looks cool,
drinks.
especially because we got to the point where probably around like 7 o'clock, maybe 6, we did everything, and so we sat over there outside of the creation shop, and you could see inside of it. It looked like a really cool lounge. So even from the outside,
Where is it? Where is it at exactly?
it's behind the Dreamer statue of Walt, right behind that, literally
Gotcha.
right behind it.
Okay. Yep, I know exactly what you're talking about. Okay.
I'm looking at the drinks, and if you get like a specialty drink, the cheapest one is $23.
That tracks.
That drink right there was like $50.
Yeah. I think I have a few expensive ones too. Not
Yeah,
$50
if you like
though.
bourbon, there's a bourbon flight for
I like
$45.
bourbon.
Nice.
I like the one that appeals to me the most is the strawberry and coconut right hand, because I'm all about the coconut stuff.
Put the lime in the coconut.
I get it all up. I'm not looking like nothing else really sounds like anything I would drink.
What you say till you try it.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Alcohol is very sneaky.
Yeah. I don't know. If you like beer, the beer is like between $8 and $11, I guess, depending on which one you
Solid
get.
chance if there's alcohol in it, I like it.
I feel that. Or I'll try it.
Believe it in.
Or I'll try
Believe
it.
it or yeah. I used to like beer way back in the day. Now I feel like I couldn't do it because I know it's an acquired taste and I don't
Hey, I'm
acquire
gonna
it
take
anymore.
Lori over to Bourbon Street one night.
No, I'm not walking in that street slush. I forgot, what do they call it? The street gumbo or whatever?
Yeah,
Where you have
something
like,
like that.
ugh, that's so gross. Anyway.
I think
Back on topic.
No, I think this is a good
Yeah.
lead into one of the other topics, which was they just updated 1,000 of the Port Orleans French Quarter rooms to have Mardi Gras flair. So my question is, like, what's the vibe with Mardi Gras for you guys? Are we into it? Can we leave it? Like, okay.
No. Not in. The
We went to one parade this year. One parade. I stood there for 2 hours and didn't see a single thing. And we got there when it started.
Why?
Because it was just so far behind. And it was crowded. I almost got hit by 5 cars. My children almost got hit by cars. There were too many people. I was like, no, this is not for me.
No, thank you. Makes sense.
I'll stick to the king cake in my house and
There
at
you
that
go.
time at 9 o'clock.
Yeah, the only participation I have in Mardi Gras is when I have to march in the parades with my daughter.
And the only reason she does that is because there's a chance she's going to march with some Disney princesses.
Every year, there's a Disney princess float, and I swear every year we happen to like either be standing right by it or like at least pass it, and I always take a picture with them.
Nice.
Yes. One of the other cheer moms, she actually works at the school. Her daughter's the mascot for the cheer team. But her daughter's also on the dance team, and she's also a Disney nut like me. And so I was like, "Come on, Erica!" So I drug her over there, and we went and took a picture with the princesses.
Disney nut is such a negative term. Disney
Is that a bad word?
aficionado.
There you go. Disney, whatever you said. Fun stuff. Yes, but it's always my daughter looks at me like, "Oh my gosh, Mom." I mean, she's over it now, but I'm like, "Look." And then Buzz and Woody are there. Well, no, not Buzz. Woody's there. Some of the other guys. I don't know. It's too late for me to think. But yeah, it's fun. Fun times.
Next year, Lori's on the princess.
But no,
float.
I'm not a Mardi Gras fan.
Gotcha.
I don't know. Even when I was younger, I never was. It just doesn't sound fun to me to go
No appeal.
stand out and
Got it.
yeah. I do love Port Orleans French Quarter though. It's probably one of my favorite resorts.
It is a gorgeous resort.
Yeah, how can you not love it? It's amazing.
They can keep they can keep the Mardi Gras out of it. It'll be fine.
Yeah. I actually booked that one for next year for Olivia's Cheer Nationals. we're going to stay at Port Orleans French Quarter. So now Braden wants to come. He's like, oh, I want to go and stay there.
Of course he does.
So yeah, we'll see. I don't know. They never want to come, or they always say they don't want to go. But this last trip, he had a good time. So now he's like, I said, see, you could have been coming to all these
All
year
it
trips.
takes is one trip.
He's a goner.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know why this trip was so different for him, but he actually enjoyed himself and wants to go back next year.
Were you gonna go for his first, or did that already happen?
No, we were talking about it, but I think we're gonna do something for Mardi Gras week to celebrate, which it's gonna be way past his birthday and hers, but just because of cheer and stuff, we have to wait. So we're gonna do something probably over Mardi Gras week next year
Nice.
to celebrate their birthday. So he'll be a little past it, but we'll see. Probably won't be Disney though.
Makes sense.
I'm not doing Disney at Mardi Gras.
I actually did one year, and it was brutal.
It's bad.
And I was at Animal Kingdom too, and surprisingly, like, that was brutal. There were Mardi Gras shirts everywhere.
Yeah, our very first trip in 2014, we went. It was in March, and we went for Mardi Gras, and it was. But like, what did he say?
He said that's gross.
That's gross.
Yeah. And then when Braden, my son was the drum. Well, no, this was before he made drum major, but he was in a high school band, and they marched in Magic Kingdom, and it was during Mardi Gras, and it was so bad. Like Olivia and I, me, Olivia, and Josh, I think we rode in one day. We went to Hollywood Studios and maybe Animal Kingdom in the same day, and we rode one ride at each park. It was so bad. That was before I was bougie and I didn't pay for any fast pass or I don't even know what it was back then.
High class.
But yeah, I'm saying all of that stuff. But now I'm high class and I don't want to go without Lightning Lane.
It is important.
So,
it is very important.
Yes. All right.
All right,
And
back
then
on
what you
topic.
got? Cool Kid Summer.
Yeah, so I think they do it every summer, but this year they're super leaning into Disney's Cool Kids Summer.
They are.
They're doing special dance parties for Stitch and someone else at Magic Kingdom and Epcot, I think. And then they have
Studios has some stuff too.
Yeah, and then they have, I was listening to this earlier, they're having a bunch of characters come out for
During
early entry,
Magic
yeah.
Or early, whatever it's called, early entry.
Which I thought was cool.
And I think we touched on it a little bit once too. Like they said, even like in some of the resorts over the summer, they'll have more character presence too.
Yeah. I mean, they've already been increasing the character presence as it is. They got that bus that goes around with the Fat Five, but yeah, they're definitely stepping up the character presence at Disney World.
Yep, for sure. And then I think the other thing was just like special magic shots that they added, and Stitch can hijack your magic shots and you won't know which one it is, which I thought was kind of cool too. So
It's neat. Yeah, I love me a good magic shot.
Yep. On to Universal.
Yeah, I think that wraps it up. And again, I didn't really put too much because I don't want to dig too much into it. Although I want to. I cannot wait until we talk about Epic. I'll be back there on Tuesday to go explore some more and get some more stuff. So I won't give away spoilers yet. I'll just talk a little bit. It is absolutely amazing. I thought that I was going to be the most excited about Super Nintendo area, but Isle of Berk blew it out of the water.
I think that is for everybody.
Yeah.
That's a common trend I'm noticing among people that are going. Is Island of Berk is where it's at.
Oh my gosh. And then the whole, the Toothless interaction, and we got lucky because Hiccup. Wait, no. What's the guy's name?
Hiccup.
Yeah, Hiccup. Okay, I was right. I was confusing myself. Yes. So a couple of people ahead of us, it was a random Viking that was out. And then all of a sudden Hiccup came out. So we got to visit with both of them. And it was just, I was like, this is going to be so awkward because, it was just me and my adult friend. We didn't have any children with us. And so I was like, I'm not going to know what to say. And she's like, me either. But it wasn't awkward at all. Yeah. I mean, he started the conversation and so it was just super amazing. I will make sure that I'll send you the video and some pictures when we do my Epic trip report. But yeah, so good. A lot of good food there. Super Nintendo area for anyone who has any kind of sensory issues, I think is going to be probably a lot. There's games, when you walk in the area, there's games going on. They have the little, question boxes and you can punch them and they actually make the noise. It's just it's very busy in that area. So that's just something to be mindful for if you have a lot of, it could be sensory overload. It was super cute though. We actually saw Mario and Luigi come out. We didn't get to see Toad, so I'm hoping I get to see him when we go back. But still, I mean, it was Braden. I think that just was the whole trip for him, because it just brought it back to his childhood. And me and my friend was so glad that he was there, because the three of us went. We were the only ones that bought the power up bands. Olivia and Josh didn't want one, so he took us through and showed, because the Bowser's Challenge, in order for you to play the game, you have to get 3 keys. And so he took us around and showed us how to play the games. And so we were like, at least he was with us, so now we can help other folks. But it's really cool. I mean, it was super fun. Dark Universe wasn't as scary as we did go during the day. I was hoping to really scare Olivia, but it wasn't super super for her. Monsters Unchained was awesome. Just the whole thing. I don't want to spoil too much. We didn't get to ride Curse of the Werewolf because it wasn't open. We didn't get to ride Ministry of Magic because it wasn't open, but we did get to walk through the queue.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I watched the movies, because at least I knew some of what was going on. And my friend Bethany that was there is a huge Harry Potter fan. So I was like, Bethany, what is this? Or what is that? But it was so awesome. Just the whole, if you're looking for ride heavy experiences, there's not a ton of rides even between all of the parks. So you really have to experience the shows, just walking around in the land. There are some rides, but to make a full day of it, you really got to kind of get involved in all of it. You can't just look to go do rides, because then, you can whip through the rides and then not have anything to do. But definitely worth it. And I'm excited to go back to get a little bit more content than what I got this last time.
They just opened
What
up a
else
whole
did I
bunch of
miss?
single days tickets too for that. They increased their capacity for single day tickets for Epic Universe.
Yeah.
Crowds weren't as bad as they thought it was going to be either for the first couple days.
I know. And then all of a sudden I was like, oh, because I, heard they
Now
were
it's
talking
jumped back
about
up quite
stories
a
or whatever. They were not opening it up to full capacity, which I don't know if it is yet, but we did get the express pass. And I'll tell you,
I think
I've
they're
never
up to
gone.
45,000 tickets a day.
That's what I read too.
Yeah. And I've never gone to Universal with an express pass. I guess I was always cheap and didn't splurge and didn't get it. But when we went this last time, so the Monday, it was me and the family went, and Bethany, actually, my friend, came and met me there and spent half the day with us. And when we were going back to the hotel that night, a lady came up to us and she's like, are y'all coming back tomorrow? And we said yes. And she's like, well, I have these express pass cards and we're not coming back. So she gave them to us. There's 5 of them.
That's awesome.
And so, yeah, when we went to Hiccups Wing Gliders, which is my favorite ride in the whole park, we did it that day 4 times. We used 2 express passes for it because it was so fun. But we checked the line the time that we didn't have an express pass, and then we did, and they cut it down from 60 minutes to 20. And so I'm like, okay, this will probably, seal the deal. And so when I go next week or this week, we did get the express pass for the day. So just to kind of, compare, but now I'm going to almost kind of feel like when I go to Disney without lightning lanes, I don't know if I'm going to do it, Universal the same. It makes it so much better being able to, especially because you don't have to pick the times. You just can walk up
you just
and,
go. It's a different
So-
experience.
yeah. But speaking of express pass, something that's exciting and new, which folks probably know because it's been out for a few days now, is that Hagrid's motorbike is now included in the express pass.
Finally.
So no more beelining over to Hagrid's at park opening and potentially waiting 2 or 3 hours. You can use your express pass for that, which that is my favorite ride. I think it's a very strong toss between Guardians and Hagrid's. I can't really say which one I like the most,
Guardians.
but I
easily.
wouldn't wait 2 hours for
Fred
it.
will make that decision for you.
I know, but
Yeah.
it's Guardians. Guardians is the best ride ever created.
It is.
Hagrid's
The only
doesn't
reason,
touch it.
I don't know, it's so awesome
No,
though.
it doesn't. It doesn't touch it. No.
Fred, do you like Harry
That's
Potter at
insane.
all?
Love Harry
Okay,
Potter.
okay.
I don't have a wand at all.
Oh, I didn't even see your wand. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love Harry Potter.
Yeah.
I've watched the first 3 movies this weekend.
Nice.
Guardians of the Galaxy takes the cake. It is By far
is.
the best ride ever created on the face of the planet.
Yeah, it is. It is a good ride.
At Hagrid's, it's nowhere near as good. It's great. It is a fabulous ride, but it's not as good as Guardians.
And he will die on this hill.
I will.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I'm still. I mean, I probably would
Okay, we know
pick
you're wrong.
Guardians, but I do love.
Okay.
It's a close tie.
I've never ridden Hagrid's.
It's not a close tie at all.
So the only reason, so when I go this week, initially we were going to do 2 days at Epic, but then since we just went in May, I was like, okay, 1 day's probably good. And then, cause I did 2 days in May. So I was like, I'll do Tuesday when I get there, even though I'm getting there at noon. I'll just do the regular parks because I want to go ride Hagrid's. But then we decided to hang by the pool and have cocktails instead. So that's the only thing I am going to miss not getting to do Hagrid's, but I'll survive. Yeah, I'll get to ride Curse of the Werewolf, which almost, because I don't watch videos, but I saw something in a Facebook group and it kind of threw me off about a little bit of the ride. Seems like it might have a similar feel to Guardians
Yeah.
because it spins and stuff on the track. And one thing I thought was interesting is somebody said that they rode it twice and it was a different experience because it depends on the weight.
The weight distribution.
How did you? Yes, weight distribution in the car. So now I'm like, oh my God. If it spins nonstop, I might throw up. So hopefully,
video.
hopefully that doesn't happen.
We're gonna see another post next week. Somebody complaining about somebody throwing up on. We're all gonna know who it was.
Yeah. I will make sure that I take my Boney before I go. So that way, at least I'll have a little bit of not sickness.
I've never wished somebody would throw up, but I kind of wish you will. Because that'll make a great story next week.
Well, I have to save it for the end of the day so it doesn't ruin the rest of the day. What else do we got? Not a whole lot for Universal. 2026 packages are now available. And they do have some different ticket options. Like most of the time, it's been where you get like 2 park-to-park days with 1 day Epic. But I booked a trip for someone and they were able to just get 3 park, 3-day tickets. So, which is basically the same, but it's not specifically calling out
1 day at Epic. Yeah.
1 day at Epic anymore. So that's exciting. I still feel like 1 solid day, if you have an express pass with Epic,
is enough.
Is good. Yeah. Although I did 2 days, but like the first day we just kind of walked around and got the feel of things. And then the second day we kind of spent a little more time. So 2 days would be good.
You also got rained
but
out.
I still don't think
we
got rained out the first day.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we couldn't even leave the hotel till like noon.
Yeah.
And then even once we got there, it rained a little bit. But I still think a good 4 now solid days. So I guess it's kind of similar to Disney if you do 1 park a day in 4 days. Still not a ton of stuff for little kids to do.
Oh, yeah.
I know when Fred and I had an episode, we were like, well, maybe with Epic coming open, they'll have some more stuff. The Nintendo ride in the Yoshi's ride has a height limit on it. It's wild because it's literally like you probably could run faster than the cars on the side and you're strapped in and it's almost like a people mover, but it doesn't even go as fast. Like it just it's very slow. So I find it very odd that they have a height requirement and like some little kids couldn't ride it.
Really? I'm going to look it up. I want to know what it is now.
Yeah. It's, I was kind of surprised by that one. And then, so any Volcano Bay fans out there, they are doing like an extended refurbishment next year. So it's going to be closed from October 20th through March 24th. Which I mean, I guess it's winterish month. So, and I guess people still go because it's still hot.
Yeah, and they keep all that water heated.
In Orlando, they keep it heated, but it will be closed. Another interesting thing is, which I haven't visited there. So, but I do have one of my friends who I'm going with Universal. She loves Volcano Bay, and the Tapu Tapu is going to be going away, which is, I guess it's like a little wristband that you get, and you can pay from it. And then it's like a virtual line system where you go and tap in and it gives you a time to come back to the ride. However, I've seen this week some posts where folks are not able, like it's supposed to be going away at the end of the year, but they already can't use it for paying. Like some folks were kind of aggravated because they didn't have their
Man.
wallet when they went up to get something and had to go back and get, wallet to pay.
Mhm.
So it's something to keep in mind if you plan on visiting Volcano Bay. You have to keep your money with you.
I have not been to Volcano Bay, but I have been on the roof of Aventura and looked down at Volcano Bay, which is awesome.
Sweet. I'm kind of disappointed in myself because when we went, so my agency, some girls from my agency, it wasn't like an organized trip. We wanted to do some different things. So we went and spent the day at Discovery Cove. And then I don't think we did parks. I think we did Discovery Cove. I can't remember what else we did. I have a terrible memory, just in case you don't know. And then one of the days, some of them were going to Volcano Bay and I opted not to. And I kind of wish I would have went because now, it's just something different to do and they had a good time.
Yeah, I mean, it seems really cool, and I think that Tapu Tapu is a really good idea, but I think that there's not enough foot traffic there anymore, especially with Epic
Yeah.
opening, that you
Yeah.
can really just ride whatever you want,
Yeah.
whenever you want.
Yeah. So,
What a bummer.
so, yep. But that's all I had on Universal. I know it wasn't a whole lot, but we'll definitely get into that.
There's
in
really
a few
never a
weeks.
lot for Universal, but
Mm-mm.
I know.
It's all Epic all the time.
I know. Yep. Yeah, definitely. I'll share a lot more info. Not to be spoilers, but do a trip
Spoilers.
report. Share all the things that we've done.
yeah, we got a lot of good episodes coming up. Next week, my best friend Jamel will be on the episode as we talk Disney World and his first trip and his experiences. I kind of got his feedback each day on each park, but as for I gave him a list and I said, I don't want to know any of this. Tell me on the episode. So I am going to be learning a lot about what he thought about the trip when it comes to top ride, top park, top food. I told him, keep it all for the episode. So
Nice.
I'm excited to hear his feedback. He did say I planned a great trip, so just put that out there. After that, we'll dive on the, what is that going to be? You got the 8th, the
15th.
6th, 15th. Yeah, on the 5th, we'll dive into Lori's epic vacation, where she
Yes.
talks heavily on Epic Universe.
Vacations.
And then on the 22nd, we'll be diving back into my Disneyland trip, which it would have been a long time since my Disneyland trip. We've planned this for
I know.
but it's fine.
We
It's
did.
still very fresh in my mind. It was an absolute amazing trip. Great to experience Disneyland for the first time, and especially as a VIP tour.
It's impressive.
Great trip. So looking forward to talking about that. So definitely, over the next couple weeks as we prepare to dive into each of these episodes, definitely send us some questions that you may have about whether it be Disney World, Epic Universe, or Disneyland. We'll be doing an interview style episode for those. So if you definitely have questions that you want answered about one of those parks, definitely send us an email, post in the comments down below on this video, send us a message in our Facebook group, whatever's best, and we'll do our best to answer those questions. Anything before I wrap us up?
Yeah, I was gonna say too, because we're gonna start working. My plan. I'm already a little behind,
Yeah,
but Ashley and I are delegating to us that we're gonna get some topics together for July. So we'd love some input on folks because we know things that we could talk about. But I would love to hear some things that some folks would like to talk about. And if we get enough questions too, we can always do a question and answer episode or something. So, what kind of stuff do you guys want to hear about? Of course, we always talk about Disney. We throw in Universal. We haven't done a whole lot of cruise talk, so we can, do that as well. But would love to get some feedback and input on some topics that would be interesting for the folks out there.
Ashley, any last words before we wrap it up?
No, just happy to be here.
Yeah, we're happy you're here. It's super exciting to finally have you on board.
Yeah.
And just have a third person who doesn't, randomly drop off because their internet sucks.
Yep.
See, I told him, I was like, look, this was before it might have even been before we met you. I was like, he's like, why are you hesitant about it? I'm like, because I don't want you to kick me out.
It's already what plans are in the works.
Yeah.
You're gone.
Yeah, there's a different.
No,
there's a
because
side
see,
chat.
I've been building a friendship with Ashley so that way she'll like me better than you.
Good luck editing the episodes and figuring out how all this works.
I got it.
without
Don't
me.
worry about it.
You've got it.
Wait.
All right. All right.
Absolutely not. Okay, look, I'm the podcast princess, so y'all have to come up with y'all names.
Deal.
We
I'm
all
Brett.
have a got it.
It's like the personality.
All right. I'm closing this out because I want to go to bed. It's 9:30.
Me too. Same.
10:30 for me.
Definitely shout out to all of our followers. We appreciate you guys joining us each and every week as we go beyond the castle. Please, please, please head over to our social media channels, like our stuff, share our stuff. We always want to grow and reach a broader audience. So please, if you're looking to do that, you can find us. All of our social media channels are on our Beacons page at beacons.ai/going beyond the castle. We do have a website still, www.goingbeyondthecastle.com, where you can find anything and everything going beyond the castle, whether it's the podcast audio, whether it's video, whether it's our blog, whether it's current deals that are going on at Disney. We have everything on that website. So if you're looking for more information on that, you can head over there. And then, like I said, if you have any questions, want to reach out to us directly, maybe get a trip planned or even .com. And that's that.
That all right?
All right. We'll talk to you guys next week. Until then, keep going beyond the castle and have a great week, guys.
Thanks so much for hanging out with us today on Going Beyond the Castle. We hope you had as much fun listening as we did sharing. To stay up to date on all things Going Beyond the Castle, head over to our website, goingbeyondthecastle.com. There, you'll find more info about your hosts, both audio and video versions of our episodes, our weekly blog, and even some fan-favorite merchandise. Want to follow along on social media? The easiest way to connect with us is through our Beacons channel, beacons.ai/going beyond the castle. You'll find links to all our social platforms, travel updates, and giveaways in one place. And hey, if you're dreaming about your next big adventure, whether it's Disney, Universal, a cruise, or a tropical escape, we'd love to help make it happen. Our travel planning services are completely free when you book through us. Until next time, keep dreaming big, keep exploring, and as always, go beyond the castle.